My parents skipped my wedding because their dog was sick, so I gave them the same ridiculous reason at every event. My parents got a Labradoodle named Muffin 3 years ago, and that dog became their entire world. They bought it a custom bed that cost more than my first car, set up an Instagram account for it with professional photos every week, canceled plans with me if Muffin seemed tired. When I announced my engagement to Tom, they spent 5 minutes congratulating me, then 30 minutes telling me how Muffin had learned a new trick. I should have known then what was coming. I'd been with Tom for 5 years, and my parents met him maybe 6 times because they couldn't leave Muffin alone that long. They said she had separation anxiety, but really they had separation anxiety from her. They missed my college graduation because Muffin had an upset stomach, skipped my promotion dinner because Muffin didn't like the new dog sitter, left my birthday party early because they saw Muffin looking sad on the pet camera, but they promised the wedding would be different. This was their only daughter getting married, of course they'd be there. We planned the wedding for 14 months out. My parents helped pick the venue, tasted the cake, even gave opinions on flowers. Mom cried when we found my dress, saying she'd dreamed of this moment. Dad practiced his father-daughter dance with me in their living room, while Muffin watched from her velvet dog bed. They invited 40 of their friends, and insisted on paying for the open bar so everyone could celebrate properly. A week before the wedding, Mom called to confirm what time they needed to arrive for photos. She was excited about her dress and kept asking if peacock blue would look good next to my bridesmaids' colors. Dad texted asking if his speech was too long at 5 minutes. Everything was perfect. The morning of my wedding, I woke up to 12 missed calls from Mom. My heart dropped thinking someone had died. I called back and she was sobbing so hard I couldn't understand her. Dad took the phone and said Muffin wasn't eating her breakfast. She'd thrown up once during the night. Nothing serious, but now she wouldn't eat her special organic food. They were at the emergency vet. I asked if Muffin was dying and Dad said no. The vet said she probably just ate something weird on their walk, but she seemed lethargic. I said okay. They could come straight from the vet to the venue. We had 3 hours before the ceremony. Mom got back on the phone and said they couldn't leave Muffin alone when she was sick. I reminded them about the wedding, my wedding, today. Mom said she understood, but Muffin needed them and they'd try to make the reception if Muffin felt better. I stood there in my wedding suite, hair half done, trying to process that my parents were choosing their dog over my wedding. My makeup artist asked if everything was okay, and I just started crying. Tom's parents were horrified. His mom offered to walk me down the aisle. My bridesmaids kept checking their phones thinking surely my parents would show up. They didn't. I walked down the aisle with Tom's dad while the seats reserved for my parents sat empty. Everyone noticed. My parents' 40 friends whispered among themselves. My aunt kept texting them increasingly angry messages. During the ceremony, I could see people in the crowd checking their phones, probably trying to reach my parents too. The reception started and still no parents. Their friends started leaving early, embarrassed and confused. My dad's brother gave an impromptu speech to fill the gap where my father's speech should have been. The father-daughter dance song played while I danced with Tom instead. The photographer kept asking where my parents were for the family photos. I had to tell him they weren't coming. By the time we cut the cake, I'd stopped checking my phone. My parents sent one text with a photo of Muffin at the vet, saying she was feeling better and they'd celebrate with me later. They didn't even apologize. Later never came. They called the next week asking how the wedding went, like they'd missed it due to an act of God instead of a dog with an upset stomach. When I told them how hurt I was, Mom said I was being insensitive to Muffin's medical emergency. Dad said they thought I'd understand that Muffin was like their child too. The dog was like their child, and they chose her over their actual child's wedding. That's when I started my new policy. I didn't cut them off completely. I just treated them exactly how they treated me. Full story on channel, link below.